Hello everyone, welcome back to Optometry Desk. Optometry is something beyond refraction. This is Optometrist Boneshwari. So we are going to start a new series of extraocular muscles. There are totally 3 parts of videos. First part anatomy, its origin, insertion, blood supply, nerve supply. Second part the actions and movements of extraocular muscles. Third part we will be looking about laws of extraocular muscles. So this is the part 1 video of extraocular muscles, which includes types of extraocular muscles, its origin, course, insertion, blood supply and nerve supply. First, extraocular muscles. These are set of 6 muscles in each eye that controls movement of eyeball. These are set of 6 muscles, totally 12 muscles. In the muscles will control the movement of eyeball. If we look side this eyeball movement control and coordinate a set of muscles extraocular muscles. These are totally 6 in number for each eye, and it is broadly of 2 types: recti muscles and oblique muscles. Recti muscles totally 4 muscles superior rectus, inferior rectus, medial rectus and lateral rectus. Oblique muscles superior oblique and inferior oblique. இப்போ இந்த எல்லா மசில்ஸோட origin எங்க இருந்து இருக்கு, கோர்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும், insertion எங்க, இத எல்லாத்தையும் பத்தி பார்க்கலாம். இப்போ நம்ம எல்லா மசில்ஸோட origin, கோர்ஸ், facial connection என்னென்ன, insertion, அப்புறம் அதோட angle of insertion இதெல்லாம் பார்க்கலாம். So these are all very main and major anatomical features of each muscles. Okay. First, superior rectus. Generally 4 recti muscles emerge from a common tendinous string known as annulus of Zinn. So imagine if this is the tendinous string known as annulus of Zinn. All our 4 muscles rise from here like this. This is our superior rectus, this is medial rectus, inferior rectus and lateral rectus. From here it will emerge like this. Okay. Next, course. The course of superior rectus is along superior orbital wall, which is separated from superior orbital wall by levator palpebral superioris. So, our superior rectus course it will be along the superior orbital wall, but it is separated from it by levator palpebral superioris. Facial connection SRK எதோட இருக்கும் அப்படினா superior oblique and LPS கூட இருக்கும், that is levator palpebral superioris. Insertion பார்த்தோம் அப்படினா it is 7.7 mm away from our limbus. If this is our limbus, from it around 7.7 mm our superior rectus is being inserted. Angle of insertion. Angle of insertion enna appadina, if this is our visual axis, imagine this is our eyeball. Okay, you know what visual axis is? An imaginary line connecting the object of regard to fovea, that is our visual axis. இப்போ இதுதான் நம்மளோட visual axis அப்படினா நம்மளோட superior rectus muscle எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படினா, if this is our annulus of Zinn, நம்மளோட superior rectus muscle கொஞ்சம் இப்படி cross travel ஆகி வந்திருக்கும். Okay, will be traveling like this. So இப்படி இது travel ஆகி வரும்போது, if you note, the muscle is not parallel to visual axis. Instead, this makes an angle of 23 degree. இந்த angle தான் will determine secondary and tertiary action of our superior rectus muscles. Okay. Next, inferior rectus. It is courses along inferior orbital wall. Facial connections are with inferior oblique and lower lid retractors. Insertion பார்த்தோம் அப்படினா 6.5 mm away from our limbus. So from here 6.5 mm is inserted. இதோட angle of insertion is similar to superior rectus muscle. This also has 23 degree but from inferior side. Next, medial rectus. It travels along medial orbital wall. It is the only recti muscle that doesn't have any facial connection with oblique muscles. This is very important to remember. Next, its insertion is at 5.5 mm medial to our limbus. This have no angle of insertion, which means that our lateral rectus and medial rectus, these both are parallel to our visual axis. These doesn't make any angle over here. These are parallel to our visual axis here. Okay. Since these are parallel, it doesn't have any oblique angle, our medial rectus and lateral rectus will not have any secondary or tertiary action. It will only have primary action. Coming to oblique muscle, our superior oblique origins from body of sphenoid. It travels between roof and medial wall of orbit to reach trochlea. Trochlea, it is a cartilaginous ring present at anterior most part of our orbit. Okay, it is a cartilaginous ring. So, our superior oblique muscle rising from body of sphenoid travels anteriorly. It will reach our trochlea like this, and from here this takes turn and travels posterolaterally. Okay, it travels posterolaterally and attaches to our sclera. Its anterior end of attachment is 13.8 mm from limbus and posterior end is 18.8 mm from limbus. Remember that it is the longest muscle of our extraocular muscles. இதோட angle of muscle பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா it is 51 degree. இப்போ இப்படி முன்னாடில இருந்து posterolaterally தான் நம்மளோட superior oblique travel ஆகும். It gets insertion somewhere over here. நம்மளோட visual axis க்கும் superior oblique ஓட muscle path க்கும் இருக்கிற angle வந்து 51 degree. And this angle will determine the secondary and tertiary action of our superior oblique muscle. Next, inferior oblique. It is the shortest muscle of our extraocular muscles. It arises from orbital plate of our maxilla. It travels posterior and lateral between our inferior rectus and orbital floor. So, if this is our eyeball, இங்க நம்மளோட inferior rectus இருக்கு அப்படினா from orbital plate of maxilla இங்க இருந்து ரைஸ் ஆகி our inferior oblique will travel posterolaterally between orbital wall, orbital floor, and inferior rectus muscle gets attached to sclera. The attachment point is 8 to 12 mm behind the lateral rectus insertion and below lower border of lateral rectus. இதோட muscle angle பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா it is 51 degree, similar to superior oblique. Okay, now let us move to blood supply and nerve supply of extraocular muscles. Now, blood supply of extraocular muscle. First, the major arterial supply for extraocular muscle is from muscular artery, which is a branch of ophthalmic artery. To know more about ophthalmic artery and its branches, watch my video on blood supply of eye. நான் அந்த லிங்க் வந்து டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல கொடுத்திருக்கேன். If you need, you can go and watch that. Coming back to the topic, muscular artery. அதுல வந்து further ரெண்டு branches இருக்கு, medial muscular artery and lateral muscular artery. இதுல medial muscular artery will supply for medial rectus, inferior rectus and inferior oblique, and the lateral muscular artery will supply for lateral rectus, superior oblique, and apart from extraocular muscles, it supply for levator palpebral superioris. Now supply of our extraocular muscles. Remember this mnemonic code word which is very common, LR6 and SO4, which means that lateral rectus is supplied by our 6th cranial nerve, which is abducens nerve, and our superior oblique is supplied by 4th cranial nerve, that is trochlear nerve. Apart from these two muscles, all our extraocular muscles are supplied by 3rd cranial nerve, that is oculomotor nerve. So 3rd cranial nerve is oculomotor nerve. This is trochlear nerve, and this one is abducens nerve. So this is all about blood supply and nerve supply of our extraocular muscle. It is a brief anatomy which I have been said here. So this is all about extraocular muscles basic anatomy, and here let us complete the part 1 video of extraocular muscle. The part 2 video, which includes actions of extraocular muscles, will be uploaded soon. Stay tuned to learn more. Thank you for choosing Optometry Desk. Thank you.